So let's start with the fire element, Dr. Lee. The fire element, its organ is the heart, the monarch organ. It's said to control every emotion. They say that every emotion goes through the heart.
Yes, heart element in traditional Chinese medicine, they call control the mind. So all your emotion is controlled by heart. This is the king of emotion.
Yeah, so the fire element, the heart is its major organ, and fire element is exactly what fire is in nature. It's about activity and warmth and rising, and brings everything alive. So we need a fire in us. We need fire element. But of course, if fire becomes excessive, becomes out of control, as you see in nature, you get wildfires, they burn through all the forests, they dry up all the land and create a drought. So five element theory is about having each of the elements but in balance, so that it's controlled. It's not excessive and it's not deficient.
Yes, with the fire element related to the emotion, they can have supposedly in all five elements, there's a four element of negative emotion. Fire element is the only element is called positive emotion, called joy. But even joy can be, overjoying won't be good too. So sometimes overjoying can cause high blood pressure, can cause a stroke. So that's anything over is not good. Also in fire element, in related little negative energy is anxiety, anxiousness.
Yeah, so a great example of that are stage performers. Stage performers, actors, actresses, musicians, they all have to have a good strong fire element, because they're very open-faced and they're very expressive, and they really thrive on the adrenaline rush. But of course, a lot of performers, just before they go on stage, just before that adrenaline kicks in, which is a positive side of the fire element, they have anxiety. Stage fright is the negative side of the fire element. So fire element people are very expressive, very dynamic, very open with their emotions. They tend to wear their heart on their sleeve, but that means that they're also very subjective to, easily subjected to injury to that emotion.
Yes, and anxiety is a common condition. Anxiousness is really common in our society, and I think a lot of people have anxiety. If not anxiety, the anxiousness, or certain periods of time you have that. So to learn how to use the acupressure to control, to manage your anxiety, anxiousness is really important. So this today we will take this opportunity to teaching you some simple acupuncture points through five elements theory, to showing you why we choose these points and why and how they work. And we will simply choose three or four acupuncture points per element, easier for you to use at home, at the office, to all helping your children, your family, for self-healing.
Absolutely. So the body has around 500 acupuncture points. You know, they're going to be very hard to remember all of them. So we've tried to keep it simple, using the five element theory of the mother and son. So each element is a mother. It promotes the element next to it. And there's also the five element theory of the management cycle. Sometimes you'll come across this called the control or the restriction cycle. Now, of course, in our modern day society, we associate a negative feeling with the words control and restriction, but it has to happen in nature. Otherwise, we wouldn't have the seasons. We wouldn't have a nice cyclical move through the seasons. That's nature controlling itself, restricting itself.
Yes.
So we can talk about that in terms of a management cycle. How do we manage fire if it becomes excessive? Well, how would you put fire out in...
You give answer already.
I gave the answer away. How would you put a fire out in nature?
Yes, there's in traditional Chinese medicine, five elements is our basic foundation. And each element relates the yin organ, yang organ, emotion, and external, and color, taste is endless. Is one of the most beautiful foundation connecting human being with the nature, everything together. And relieve the emotion is when you have anxiety, anxiousness, what you can do. Same like a fire, what you can do to control the fire. You use water, because in traditional Chinese medicine they say, sometimes the anxiousness, anxiety, they say is a hard fire, cannot control by the kidney water. So we from two elements, two meridian to helping you to pick up right acupuncture point to helping you to healing. Two from heart meridian, two from kidney meridian, right?
Perfect. Mm-hmm. So let's demonstrate those points that we've chosen. So Dr. Lee, how can I use acupressure to help to manage my anxiety?
Okay, we start to practice acupressure. So to acupressure to treating anxiety, we choose two from heart meridian, two from kidney meridian. Why we choose kidney meridian? Because we use kidney water, control heart fire to treating the anxiety.
Sounds perfect.
So then heart meridian, and I better use this one. On your small finger side, from internal go external. This is the heart meridian. So this 1 point we choose in the bottom of the palm here, and it's called the door of the mind points, called Shenmen acupuncture points.
And that's on the crease of the wrist, is that correct?
Exactly.
Okay.
So we use our thumb on the acupuncture points. So we do circular motion. So we do 5 counterclockwise and 5 times clockwise to balance. So each time, each point we will use clockwise 5 times, counterclockwise, called 1 set. So we do 2 sets for each point.
Okay.
And when you're doing this acupressure, you want to make sure they slow, even, and have a little pressure. This way called pressure. So
Perfect.
This is 1 point we be used.
Okay.
Then second point we use the Tong. This one train in your own thumb is train to yourself.
Okay.
So we have 1 train from the
the crease of the wrist.
Wrist, go up. This called Tong acupuncture points.
Perfect.
So we use the same thing. Put the palm in there to do 5 clockwise, circle massage, 5 counterclockwise, acupressure massage. So we do that the 2 set. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is 1 set. So we do that the 2 set. But be sure even, peaceful, balance, and little bit of pressure with the soft music. Close your eyes, meditation. Picture you're in a really nice water, lake environment.
Sounds ideal.
So this is the part.
When I'm sat at my desk in the office, I will close my eyes and imagine I'm floating in the sea and massage my heart 7 and heart 5 to help to balance my water and my fire elements.
Yes. So for that way, we will choose 2 from water element, which is a kidney meridian, which one is called kidney 1, called Yongquan acupuncture points, located on the bottom of the feet. And we do same thing, like a clockwise massage 5 times.
So if this is the bottom of my foot, these are my toes. Mm-hmm. The pad of the foot, so it's just here in the bottom of the sole, in the center.
Exactly.
Perfect. Okay, so we do the same thing, 5 times clockwise, and then 5 times counterclockwise. And
with some pressure.
Some pressure.
Yes, called kidney 1, Yongquan acupuncture points. First, the kidney points. So then we be use another acupuncture points called Tai Chi acupuncture points, which is between the ankle and near the ankle.
Oh, right. So that's the point that's in, it's a little soft area between the bony bump of the ankle and the Achilles tendon at the back.
Achilles tendon in the back,
Okay.
yeah. So they call Tai Xi. Tai mean big, Xi mean water flow.
Okay.
So this can really increase kidney water. Is yuan points of the kidney, yuan xu of the kidney. So really important points to nutrient kidney water to control the heart fire, to treating anxiety. Same thing. We use some, and do
5 times clockwise, 5 times counterclockwise.
yes.
And we do that twice.
Do that twice.
Okay.
Because during whole time when we do this acupressure, you want to imagine you're into peaceful. Water should be peaceful, cooler down environment. For that, your heart be peaceful. This kidney water nutrient the heart. What do you say?
Sounds beautiful. And they're points that are really easy to access. Like I said, if you're sat at your desk, if you're sat watching TV, if you're in the bath, anywhere, we could easily access all of those points. So,
Yes.
And the acupressure on the foot can be done through socks, through stockings. It doesn't have to be done on a bare foot. Is that correct?
Yeah, you can do barefoot have a better results, right?
Yeah.
But if you don't have it, you just take shoes off, do massage on the foot, and it's really helping you to cooler down yourself, treating all the symptoms. Give you really powerful of the healing.
Well, I will definitely try that, Dr. Lee.
Thank you. Lucy, I know you are expert on the tea and the food. Do you mind give us some information about how to using tea food to healing the heart element, to treating anxiety?
Oh, definitely, Dr. Lee. I would love to. So using teas to help anxiety can be effective from a two-pronged approach, because the meditative process of just making a tea, sitting quietly, peacefully, drinking your tea whilst massaging the acupressure points can really help to bring everything together.
Mm-hmm.
So with food energetics, using foods as medicines, it's not just about the food itself, it's about the environment that you consume it as well.
Exactly.
So a lovely, peaceful, calm, focused meditation of making a tea will help to really calm the fire element. Herbs that resonate particularly well with the heart are, well, actually flowers. The heart is a really delicate organ. Fire element is a really delicate, vibrant element, so it loves colours and fragrances. So rose is a perfect example of something that you can use to resonate with the heart element and the fire element. You could use that in forms of rose buds. Make a tea with rose buds. You could use rose essential oil, rose essence, even rose hand cream. Using that, the smell of the rose can really help to resonate with the fire element.
You're talking about the red rose or any particular color?
Reds or pinks. That's of course, it's the color of the fire element. Anything that anything that's the color of the element will resonate particularly well. So when I help people to use tea to help anxiety, I make them a tea using rosemary, using sage. Sage is a fantastic herb for anxiety and really helps to cool down that extra fire. And I put little rose buds in as well.
Oh, that's great. It must be very tasty.
It is actually, it's really tasty. But you can also use the flavour of bergamot. Bergamot is actually the flavour used in Earl Grey tea.
Mm-hmm.
So if you are a fan of Earl Grey tea, you know that you are particularly dominant in your fire element organ already. And bergamot oranges help to bring that floral, that fragrance, light, delicate touch to tea. But also, as I said, any flowers resonate really well with the fire element. So making teas out of flowers like forget-me-nots, marigolds, chrysanthemums, chamomiles, as long as you have the the petals, you can use the actual live flowers rather than dried ones.
That's excellent.
Rose is always my go-to for the fire element.
Certain food you specially recommend for
so
anxiety patient?
For anxiety, again, it's about connecting and calming and grounding. So what I always ask people to do if they have anxiety is to take 3 slow, deep breaths before they start to eat.
Okay.
And I also recommend that they try and cook their own food as much as possible. Put your heart, put your fire element into your food rather than keeping it all boxed in.
That sounds a great idea. Cooking for relaxation.
Exactly, yeah. Cooking for relaxation, cooking for joy, cooking for expression as well.
That's a great idea.
So the fire element, it resonates with red coloured foods, hibiscus, red peppers. Spicy flavours can help the food, they help the heart, but try to avoid a lot of spicy foods because of course it adds extra fire there already.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.